No Limit, streaming to you live from Tacoma, Washington. As we just only 24 hours away until XWA not XWA No Limits, but XWA Halloween Takeover. That will be happening tomorrow. Well, not Halloween Takeover, but since it is almost like Halloween in less than a week, I would say fuck it, might as well. So of course, coming out first is Megan Page. So there's a little bit of high hope that for Megan Page to be part of, the pay-per-view. But unfortunately, she decides she just wants a fight right here, right now. And a fight is what she will be getting.
If I can figure out some shit right now.
So Megan Page is already in the ring, awaiting her opponent. Our opponent will be another high flyer, in the XWA roster, that being Grace Evans. Now, of course, when I go to say this, for tomorrow, be prepared to watch the XWA's Halloween Takeover pre-show. That will be streaming live at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. So you guys do not want to miss it, because there might be some interesting surprises and some surprise comebacks that could happen toward that time. Unfortunately, we don't have any sponsors for the XWA, but when we do, we will be quick to let y'all know. Anyways, that match number 1 is underway between Megan Page versus Grace Evans, and I just realized I am playing as Megan Page, although I'm not supposed to be, but fuck it, we ball anyways. But given the fact this may be one of Megan Page's highly anticipated matches that she wants to have here in the XWA, willing to fight up against Grace Evans, for only one single match. You can see for Megan Page, they're pretty much willing to try very new things when it comes to fighting one-on-one in a ring. You know what, I'm not going to play as her, so I'm just going to put it, let the CPU take care of it. And I don't care about getting any of the little match points afterwards, because I already have all the characters unlocked. So yeah. So of course, that for Megan Page, willing to try and give Grace Evans a little bit of a damn good match between two high flyers. And now on top rope, coast to coast connects. And coming out by Megan Page. And yes, after Megan Page has said that I am okay with you guys revealing my sexuality out here into the XWA, or let alone to the whole XWA universe, but saying that for Megan Page, she is bisexual and dating Britt Alexander, who is Page watching her girlfriend deliver one hell of a fight to Grace Evans. That for majority for Grace Evans, but trying to fight her way out of this simple situation. Now, would be somewhat of a jumping clothesline, ends up connecting, but now for a little bit of no, not a gut wrench, but instead of a stormbreaker from Grace Evans, cover but it's only going to be resolving in a kick out. Well, by Megan Page, except for Grace Evans. Almost looking to try and run to the ropes, but instead not. And of course, we do have a jam-packed match card built up for tonight. Looking to use the Tiger Driver onto Megan Page, and she might be out for a long period of time, but we do not know. Cover now by Grace Evans, and she will win, well, our opening matchup for tonight in Tacoma, Washington. Alright, so if I could get the match cards pulled back up here. Well, our next matchup will be very much a long-awaited one, and that being Carly Walker versus, well, JVD. So of course that match will be taking shape. And now here comes Carly Walker, in which she said that she is looking to have a match. Well, pretty much looking to have a match tonight. Well, in that matchup, she will be going up against JVD, because she wants to see, well, does she live up to the hype almost exactly as her father, RVD. So we shall see in just in a matter of moments. And speaking of the devil, here comes JVD. And when you look at this, using her father's Titantrons and everything. Okay, give me one moment. I'm just busy editing a match card right now. Alright, and we're back. So of course the secondary matchup will be, well, Jade Van Dam versus Carly Walker, and the match is now official. Here we go. Of course for JVD starting the match off strong, but Carly Walker almost looking to try and end the match almost immediately. However, JVD managed to get out at 1. They go for like a middle rope, well, for a middle springboard with DDT from Carly Walker. And I would never think that the two will have simple chemistry in the ring. Almost missing the springboard, what I think springboard thrust kick maybe? But I don't know. JVD trying to get herself back up like onto the apron. They had to counter for Carly Walker, trying to get her outside of the ring. Not sure if that's a good idea. And a headbutt, but straight onto the head of JVD. But now for Carly Walker, pretty much trying to go for a jumping hip drop. And they had to counter the kick of JVD, and a clothesline will end up connecting. And for whatever reason, the ref pretty much got caught in the way and is knocked down. I don't know why, but oh well. But anyways, that the match is being like contested outside of the ring. Given the fact the ref is knocked down, there is no count out, so both of these women can do like insane amount of damage, well, to each other for that short period of time. So I believe if I were to use the free cam, up, the ref is back up. But if we focus out onto ringside now, and for JVD trying to give, well, Carly Walker a well good fight, but suplex done by Carly Walker might just knock the wind out of her. Gonna try to grab her from, I believe, from the bottom part of the jaw and slam her back down. The ref count is at 4. Both women need to be back inside the ring before a 10 count. And he's back inside the ring for both women. They need to go ahead and turn the camera just a tad bit. Covered now by Carly Walker. And yes, if I sound a bit different, it's because yes, I am sick. But don't worry, I am going to power through it. Surprisingly enough, that for JVD putting up a fight, well, against Carly Walker. Because you gotta remember that Carly Walker had a bit of experience in ring. The only reason why she stopped competing for in-ring competition is because she was pregnant with Cassidy Walker. But now, for whatever Carly Walker trying to do, go for a cannonball into the corner. Pretty much using your own weight as a weapon. Covered now by Carly Walker. And she will get the victory over Jade Van Dam. So of course that will mark match number 2 at the end. Yeah, I think I gotta catch another stream after this. I might, actually better, yeah, I might do another stream after this. it depends on how I feel after this show, so. So, hold on, let me open up my Discord. What the? Oh. Alright, let me pull up the match card. Alright. It is 1 out of 2. Well, 1 out of 2 men's matches that we will be having here. Because most of the men are currently on the road. Well, actually not on the road, as they are just, well, as they have pretty much either taken a plane or a car, well, to Seattle, Washington, where XWA Halloween Takeover will be hosted in. I think it's like a few hour drive from Tacoma. I am not sure because I'm not from there. So that's gonna be interesting. Well, interesting, whatever. But anyways, our next match is Amir Fatu, who we haven't seen in the ring in quite a while, versus Nathan Walker. As of course for Amir Fatu, he does not know what Nathan Walker is capable of. Same going for Nathan Walker, not knowing what Amir Fatu is capable of. But if you ask me, that the fact that Nathan Walker has faced off against Logan Fatu, well, in a dark match this previous well, not previous SWA No Limits, but it was actually at a live event, not a dark match, I should say, but at a live event that Nathan Walker has fought up against Logan Fatu, and Nathan nearly won until Logan managed to shut him up completely. I think you could put the picture together on how that match went.
Let me see here.
So of course now the fucking match finally loaded up, so that's good. But now here comes, well, the Samoan Prince, as what he is called, and that is Amir Fatu, well, pretty much making his way. Except for Amir Fatu, pretty much ready to put in work for tonight against Nathan Walker. And now here comes Nathan Walker, the anti-hero, Yum. As you can see, the lights are currently flickering, mimicking the absolute aura of Nathan Walker right now, and the lights are now back to normal. After Nathan Walker is ready to put on a, I want to say, a bit of a 5-star match, well, against Amir Fatu, because if you ever seen the work that Nathan Walker had put in, well, towards the independent scene, well, he had came, well, not came, but he had come a long way into at least making himself a complete household name to the SWA. Not only that, being surprisingly revealing that he is the brother of Cassidy Walker, the younger brother, I should say. Well, the younger brother, I dare say, because technically for Nathan Walker, he's like 3 years younger than Cassidy, which is surprisingly hilarious in a way. And now the match is already done, and well, not already done, but underway. The Amir Fatu already hot off the tail. The bit of it step up into Gary by Nathan Walker. It's almost like that Amir had complete control over the whole matchup, but now for Nathan Walker, looking to try and gain some control back into the ring. Well, after Nathan Walker realized he only has a bit of an open window, and he has clearance for takeoff into a shoulder tackle, pushing Amir Fatu into the barricade. And that is where your body does not want to connect to, because those barriers are 100% hard. If your body ends up hitting it, that is going to be the worst pain you have ever felt, well, in your life. Pretty much think of it as being thrown into, like, back first into a wall. That's how it feels. But it seems that for Amir Fatu built like a legit battleship, or let alone a whole military-grade tank, as sure as he is in pain, but he can walk it off with such ease. But now, they're trying to grab the waist of Nathan Walker and slamming him down, but not once but twice. Almost like he was about to do it a third time, but instead, we're trying to pop open the knees of Nathan Walker. Cause you have to realize that Amir Fatu not only can pretty much be like the nicest person you will ever meet, but also dangerous the moment the bell rings. It's like not only he trying to defeat the opponent, but also trying to defeat him. And you can see that the immense speed from Amir Fatu, trying to at least confuse his opponent, and almost looking to work within his favor. Well, strong right here by Amir Fatu with a sleeper hold. With a sleeper hold locked in. However, Nathan Walker managed to free himself with a few elbow strikes to the face of Amir Fatu as he managed to get himself free. And a middle rope springboard cutter, well, ends up connecting onto Nathan Walker. Well, no, not Nathan Walker, but Amir Fatu. Apologies, ladies and gentlemen. I want to say snap suplex. Stomp to the face. So I'm looking at for Nathan Walker, trying to gain the speed. I would go for a falling into Gary. But now, Amir Fatu now has Nathan Walker right in the crosshairs of the Samoan Spike. Covered now by Amir Fatu. And a kick out at 2 by Nathan Walker. But missing a big boot to the face. Well, a jumping heel kick. So I'm connecting, but almost like that for Amir Fatu. Trying to go for a frenzious Samoan spike to the neck of Nathan. However, for Nathan managed to prevent that, and these men are going at it. And I don't know about you guys, but we might have to get these guys a match at what SWA Halloween Takeover. Well, that's literally happening tomorrow. And Danny moves off from Nathan Walker.
as I was looking down for Nathan Walker is not stopping for anybody. As he wants to pretty much put Amir Fatu on the stretcher. But we don't know how. It's pretty much how it would end up going with pretty much in terms of his favor. But now, Nathan Walker managed to get himself into a bit of trouble against Amir. But now, for Nathan lifting up, Amir, but instead just slamming him, back first into a mat. As you can hear Nathan saying, "Get your ass up, I'm not finished with you." And pretty much into the ropes. What is Nathan Walker looking for? Jumping over and trying to connect with the elbow strike upon rebound, but misses the target. It's almost seeming that for Nathan Walker trying to do it again, but Amir Fatu managed to break loose of the headlock. Now trying to put Nathan Walker into one, but however Nathan managed to get himself free from the headlock. Tried to throw each other to the rope, but instead they both declined, countered by Amir Fatu. And now Nathan Walker firing up on all cylinders. As you can hear the entirety of Tacoma, Washington on their feet, covered now by Nathan Walker. And a kick out by Amir Fatu. And now for Nathan Walker, finally has Amir Fatu in place, the anti-hero slam. Or anti-heroic is what it's called. But however, it does not give him the 3 count that he needs for a victory. But for Nathan Walker, it's not going to go down, or let alone die trying. He is promising Amir Fatu the fight, but for Amir, getting him a major spear to the center of the body. That might be it for Nathan Walker. Never mind, as he is somehow, some way, still breathing. And for Amir Fatu, pretty much trying his hardest to put away Nathan Walker, but here comes Amir Fatu with a knee strike into the corner, body splash off, I want to say the bottom or middle rope. And now for Amir Fatu, pretty much grabbing the neck of Nathan Walker, trying to go for a suplex, almost connected with clothesline. But Nathan Walker will pretty much be known as the anti-hero. He's putting complete caution to the wind. And now lifting up Amir Fatu, slamming him back first into the apron. That is definitely going to take a toll on Amir Fatu's entire back. And getting a little bit of payback towards the start of the match by popping open one of the knees. But step up into Gary by Amir Fatu puts down Nathan Walker. And both of them are fighting near the crowd. For Amir Fatu now has Nathan Walker up. No, don't! And just rams Nathan Walker into the barricade back first. That kind of sounds wrong, so I'm not going to repeat myself. And once again, popping open the knee of Nathan Walker once again. And these two are 100% giving it their all in this matchup. And they're not leaving the fans empty-handed. What the hell? And I don't know what kind of witchcraft was that, but it seemed that Amir Fatu kind of pulled a trick out of the hat. And here he goes for the frenzy of Samoa spikes. And that's putting down Nathan Walker, covered now by Amir Fatu. And Amir Fatu would get the win after putting up a insane massacre. We're pretty much putting the massacre up for Nathan Walker. If I remember correctly, I think we do have replays turned on. If not, and if they're turned off, for tomorrow, I am going to turn them on. Because You can't have a match without replays. So now our next matchup, prepare your next matchup for tonight, is actually going to be a good one. Also, I am going to join a Discord call because fuck it, why not? Hello, is anyone there?
No, big nigga.
Hmm?
Nigga. Nigga. Nigga.
Well, it seems like they're going at it. But anyways, our next matchup, technically, her opponent already being replaced, well, for Ashley James, well, Jackson Prince is no longer capable of competing, so instead, it will be a new arrival to the XWA, that being Natalie Dawn, that will be taking on Ashley James. And that match will be happening very soon. Also, someone's mic is having problems.
Yo, James. Look back at days, bro. Don't say nothing because you can't see it. So nobody's gonna talk about how this situation.
Alright, and after we are back, here for FWA's Go Home show, but here is Ashley James. Of course, Ashley James wanted to make a little bit of an explosive entrance to see. Now, of course, she is completely clueless about her opponent tonight, and I don't even know if she's aware that her opponent got replaced by someone else. After Ashley James is ready for action, we're here tonight in Tacoma, Washington, trying to feel the energy of the crowd. I believe that's where it's gonna pretty much end off. And I think I've seen that Titantron before. But here comes Natalie Dawn, and we heard a few rumors that pretty much the women's division of the XWA is probably going to get shaken up in the next couple of weeks, but we never noticed that this would be the woman behind all of it, and Natalie Dawn is part of the XWA. So pretty much taking everyone by surprise. Well, including for Ashley James, she looked a bit starstruck or let alone surprised that now Dawn is here. And this fight is now, well, a bit official. I'm gonna use the free cam. Oh shit, wrong button. As you can tell, that for Ashley James is a bit confused, as she thought she would be facing off Jackson Prince, but instead she's facing off a completely different opponent. And a bit of a background for Natalie Dawn is technically she's more of a pretty much a surfer chick from Honolulu, Hawaii. Of course, we are going to get more of a background check for her in the next coming weeks. But we will say, with open heart, welcome to the XWA, but I'm not sure how any of this will go on. And then the kick to her face. Now for step up into Gary by Ashley James. And now almost looking to try and pick up the head. Well, the back of the head of Natalie Dawn before slamming it back down into the mat. But it's almost seeing that for Natalie Dawn is putting up at least a fight against our new juggernaut, or if you wanted to say, that being Ashley James. And we don't know what Natalie Dawn's thinking of, but that is looking to try and break the hand of Ashley James before a double knee strike to the back. And now the mounted punches being performed here. You can hear that for Tacoma Washington pretty much with Natalie Dawn, and a beautiful springboard moonsault by Dawn. You can see Ashley James slowly trying to get herself back on 2 feet, but not in the lights of Natalie Dawn. And what is she thinking of? Going for a middle rope, DDT. Corner middle rope, DDT. As you try to preserve the opposition. Clothesline done onto Ashley James, and for some reason Dewdrop is here trying to at least get in onto the action. She is not scheduled to be here, let alone she's scheduled to be on Friday Night SmackDown. Even Ashley James is a bit confused on why she is here instead of SmackDown. But hey, whatever works. A super kick by Ashley James. And of course going with the head grab and the stomp, but not going to work within favor for another time. After Natalie Dawn trying to wrap the arm around, but instead proceeds to counter straight from Ashley James. I don't even know what that even a flapjack or a slam, but I'm not even going to call that damn move, to be honest. But for Ashley James, now picking up Natalie Dawn and going for pretty much the Bowmaster driver, and that is it. But thanks for coming, Natalie Dawn. In our next matchup, a co-main event. Find it. Ladies and gentlemen, our co-main event will be Haven versus Hudson Wheeler. Well, and that will be your co-main event of the Go Home show tonight.
Rocket top from Tennessee. Let's go to the sea, dog.
Here comes Haven. For some reason he decided to go to a recent Mac store and purchase himself a mask for pretty much to hide his shaved head. Well, I don't even know, is his head still shaved or did some of his hair end up growing back? But I guess we never know because he now is sporting a lucha mask and some new gear. For Haven, pretty much still getting boos to this very day, but he literally labeled himself to be like, pretty much he literally labeled himself, you gotta try and do the right thing, even if he has to take down the things that he created. And now here comes Hudson Wheeler. Also, yes, I am scrolling through Twitter trying to find some shit. Because I am bored. So now both men are in the ring for our co-main event, and here we go. It's almost like that for that. I think we now know what that mask is, and let alone the attire that Haven is wearing tonight. Apparently, well, in Mexico, he is known as the Red Dragon. So pretty much it's technically Haven pretty much stepping back into his more, well, Lucha Libre, well, pretty much more of a Lucha Libre type days at being known as the Red Dragon. Now, of course, there are many different versions of the dragon gimmick. Of course, you got Well, pretty much, of course, you have the Black Dragon, Red Dragon, and even the Blue Dragon. Well, as well. But the thing is about Haven, he was known as, well, Red Dragon Jr. But not Red Dragon Jr., but Red Dragon Sr. Well, no, not Red Dragon Sr. He was known as, shit, what was his name back in Mexico? He was known as, well, yeah, he was known as Black Dragon Jr., but then when he became a babyface, well, in Mexico, he was known as, well, he then would later get the name changed to Red Dragon, but formerly as of now, he's being labeled as Red Dragon Sr. So we don't know, like, what does any of this mean? So, yeah. So it's always like that for Haven, trying to hyperextend the arm of Hudson Wheeler. Now I'm pretty much trying to go for a middle springboard DDT and get the cover now onto Haven. And so what doesn't work for Hudson Wheeler, now back onto his feet. And I think Hudson Wheeler had never fought up against Haven in any shape or form, but oh, look at this. And for fucking Hudson Wheeler trying to damage the sacred luchador mask of the Red Dragon, like, who would do such a thing? It's a perfectly good mask. A clean one, as a matter of fact. And you pretty much just rubbing it against the top rope just to put a smudge on is not great. But wait a second, and who would this try to walk out? But that is pretty much Oscar Lopez. It seems that he's coming to, well, pretty much coming to Haven's aid. And I thought the Oro Society was done after Hurtful won the Mask vs. Hair match. But apparently some things remains of the Oro Society. And of course, for Hudson Wheeler not liking a bit of a distraction, well, he had no other choice but to try and put, well, Haven, well, pretty much away at a DDT. Well, pretty much, well, it's almost in the center of the ring, but now top rope going for Hudson Wheeler, going for the broken bow. And Hudson Wheeler would get the win. And Hudson Wheeler would come out victorious here. Well, Tacoma Washington, as you see, he is pointing to the crowd. But pretty much from the looks of it, he does look like to have a few bruises, well, across his face. He may need to get an ice pack after this. But I mean, it is time for your main event of tonight. Well, time for your main event of tonight, and that is pretty much the current women's double champion. With that being the current women's double champion, that being Rebecca Storm versus the stray dog herself, Natalie Osborne. Well, for your main event tonight. Now, of course, as I'm pulling up the stats on my phone, well, that Rebecca Storm will manage to will pretty much manage to defeat Cassidy Walker at All for Glory. Well, pretty much, as she managed to defeat her clean, well, to pretty much claim, well, pretty much defeat her clean to claim the Cruiserweight Championship. Now, we don't know how is that possible, because knowing Rebecca Storm, she is not even in the Cruiserweight division. But however, the referee decision was final, as Rebecca Storm had been declared as both the SWA's Women's Heavyweight Champion and the SWA Women's Cruiserweight Champion. Now who would end up challenging her for one of the belts? Who knows? But if this could be a potential challenger for the heavyweight belt, it would be this woman, Natalie Osborne. As I have her stats pulled up, that she was, I think, either 3 or 4-time women's MMA champion, and she was technically only a singles mid-card champion in the UK. Well, pretty much in UK, well, professional wrestling, preferably Revolution, well, Rev Pro, I should say. But here is your double champion, that being Rebecca Storm. Yes, that's what it is. Okay, and I can go ahead and tell you the current title reign, well, for Rebecca Storm. Pretty much the current title reign, well, with the women's heavyweight championship, pretty much almost closing in on, shit, I don't even know. It's like been a while since she has won the belt, but her title reign is completely long. And potentially she could hold on to the belt for a year. As for the Cruiserweight belt, we do not know. But now here comes Natalie Osborne. Well, pretty much a woman that a lot of people are hoping would be the woman, well, to dethrone Rebecca Storm in a title match in the near future. And we don't know when Natalie Osborne would be that woman, but all we are hoping for is for Rebecca Storm's title reign to come to an end one way or another. So this may either be one or maybe even more matches to come between these two. As said, this is your main event. But as I forgot to point out that Rebecca Storm is pretty much one of the taller talent, well, in the women's roster versus Natalie Osborne. She's almost around the same height, but for some reason, pretty much with her height and pretty much terrifying speed of Rebecca Storm, she can pretty much not only throw off her opponents but also deliver a win. But then I will have to also mention that there's another female star within the SWA that not only was the same height as Rebecca Storm, but also have been slowly but surely racking up wins over time. That woman being Alex Thunder. So who knows, maybe after Halloween Takeover, for the build-up, well, to our brand new pay-per-view, XWA All for Nothing, happening in November, maybe a build-up, or let alone a small tournament, to declare the #1 contender against Natalie Osborne. Well, not Natalie Osborne, but against Rebecca Storm for the heavyweight championship. And you see that for Rebecca Storm. Try to talk all that shit, but now Finale Osborne managed to lift up Storm, but had to put her back down. And for a tall woman, you have to really consider it. It might be like too much weight on your shoulders, but to be able to hold for pretty much a double champion. Compared to moonsault, but pretty much the Moon 630 were done by Natalie Osborne. As I forgot to mention that for Natalie Osborne is also very athletic and very agile in the ring. So she is not afraid to pull like moves that only a high flyer would know on her opponent if necessary. But at the fight being taken out onto ringside. And now for Natalie Osborne lifting up for Rebecca Storm and slamming her down. Or at least throwing her down, I believe. And I don't know, but this could be Rebecca Storm's kryptonite. Well, if she ends up keeping laying her guard down, and keep in mind this is the main event. And now back inside the ring for Natalie Osborne and Rebecca Storm at the ref count stop at 7. But now for Rebecca Storm, try to lift up Natalie Osborne, but instead go for I want to say like a deadlift or slam, maybe? I don't fucking know the entire moveset. But for Natalie Osborne, prevent the big boot. Move for Rebecca Storm. Trying to at least get a hold of her, but it won't work. And now for Rebecca Storm, trying to go for the saving grace. Natalie Osborne counters. But it still won't stop her. As for Rebecca Storm picking up Natalie Osborne with just such ease, dropping her onto the top rope and going for a pin, only for Natalie Osborne to get out at 1. Pretty much just stomp onto the arm. And pretty much the hip drop to the pretty much the lower back of Natalie Osborne. And I don't know where we end up getting a repeat of what happened to Cassidy Walker, but hopefully that won't be the case. Rebecca Storm pretty much looking to try and put away Natalie Osborne onto the outside, and that will resume their fight on the outside of the ring after Rebecca Storm would not let anything get in her way. There's a running big boot, as we mentioned earlier, but wait a second now. And for Natalie Osborne saying, alright, enough playing around, let me get serious for a second. But also looking like throwing Rebecca Storm across the ringside area like a legit ragdoll. Rebecca Storm they did get herself away. Natalie Osborne trying to take a breather onto the outside, but now Rebecca Storm now has her up, dropping her chest first into a top springboard. So Natalie Osborne pretty much trying to keep this fight going as she could. Hopefully in her vision, pretty much being the only woman that can take down the giant. For Rebecca Storm, pretty much looking to put away Natalie Osborne. There is pretty much the rope hung DDT, but to everyone's shock, Natalie Osborne still kicks out. But now Rebecca Storm now has the look on her face saying it's time for me to add another defense to myself, but instead for Natalie Osborne now looking to put away, and now using the strength of herself, going for the stray dog driver, but only gets a 2-count pin on Rebecca Storm. And we just saw Natalie Osborne just pretty much managed to lift up Rebecca Storm and bring her back down with a driver. And I don't know about you, ladies and gentlemen, but she may be the chosen one to defeat
for Rebecca Storm. And now back inside the ring. But for now, in Osborne. And ref count stopped at 3. But interrupt going for Allie Osborne. Well, not Allie Osborne, but for Rebecca Storm. Flame Blade and Moonsault connect. For now, in Osborne pretty much realized he may have the opportunity, but now it's dead for Rebecca Storm. Trying to at least but pretty much choke the life. Not choke the life, but pretty much damage the body of Natalie Osborne. But you have to remember that Natalie Osborne does have a bit of a small MMA background. The more she lost in any submission, it could be danger to Rebecca Storm if she doesn't know how to counter that submission in particular. And a spine buster from Natalie Osborne onto Rebecca Storm. Cover! And Rebecca Storm kicks out before 3, as there would be a 2.9. As you'll see that Natalie Osborne literally telling Rebecca Storm, just, I'm not finished with you, let alone I'm impressed that you're still holding up. And very much elbow drop, almost pretty much literally flat onto the chest of Natalie Osborne. I don't know if I could say what I wanted to say, but I'm not going to. And both women looking like to try to take a breather for each other, but here comes Rebecca Storm trying to go for a rear clothesline to the back of the neck. And now in Osborne for to go for standing moonsault. Well, and might as well add up with 2 more. And now have the arm stretched out. Well, for Natalie Osborne trying to stomp onto the right arm or the right hand and kicking Rebecca Storm into the lower back. You see that for Natalie Osborne looking at that corner, the corner inside the ring, looking like that she may have an idea. But now they're trying to go for a rapid fire curb stomp. Well, onto Rebecca Storm, pretty much trying to make sure she has a bit of brain damage. Covered now by Natalie Osborne, and she will pin Rebecca Storm clean. And I don't know about you, ladies and gentlemen, but I have a feeling that Rebecca Storm might have to start thinking and actually have to start counting her days as a champion. Because the stray dog is coming to secure the prey. And that would do it for the Go Home Show, ladies and gentlemen, as we will see you tomorrow night for SWA's Halloween Takeover, well, here on the Impulse YouTube channel. We will see you guys tomorrow. Good night, ladies and gentlemen.